That was Radiohead and They're There. We're Not Here, alright? Pre-recorded. Coming up is, one of Carl's little film things where he puts himself into a film. It's his favourite film. It's Kes. Enjoy it.
I love the fact that in pole position, in positions 1 and 2 of his favourite films of all time, it's The Elephant Man and Kes.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Go on.
Alright. Am I leaving the mics open a bit when this is going out, or what?
Yeah, let's have a listen.
Yeah? Alright. So don't talk then, right?
Just put that hot dog down, Rick.
And this is the bit in Kes where it's the teacher and he gets up and he has to
Glover.
talk.
What's his name? Is it Brian Glover?
No, it's
What's
the other teacher.
The other one.
Anyway.
Right. Go on.
Alright, so here we go.
Things that had actually happened. I've got another one. What about you, Casper? Casper!
Alright.
Alright?
Alright.
You haven't been listening to a word I've said, have you?
Yeah, I heard some of it. Yeah, you
Some of it?
just...
Stand up. Always somebody, isn't there? Right, now you're going to tell us a story about yourself.
What sort of story?
I want you to think of an incident that's happened to you sometime in the past that is true and that you think will interest the rest of the class. All right?
Right. What about, I work on a radio show at the weekend.
Well, are you going to tell us about it?
I'll just do, it's 2 hours, and it's with Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant, and, just sort of play music and, you know, tell stories and stuff.
What kind of stories?
Well, whatever. Like last week it was science. We were talking about, this lad who was growing, a knob on his arm, so it's weird. It's tricky, sir, because, like, with Ricky, he gets bored quick and he won't listen to the stories and he'll start squeezing my head.
All right, I'm not interested in what he does.
That isn't normal, is it, sir, that? I mean, it sure is a bit gay.
Is he?
Just messes about, though, do you know what I mean? I try and, like, come up with good stuff, like monkey news and, like, quizzes and stuff, but then he'll just, you know, Ricky will just mess about. I mean, on Saturday he did it again, he squoze me head.
How do you spell that?
Squoze? S-Q...
Are you going to show us on the board? This is a new word to me.
Squoze is S-Q-U-O-Z-E.
Right, now tell us what it is.
It's when he gets me head and he puts one hand on the back of it, right? And he puts the other hand on the front of it and he just sort of swivels it.
Swivel, right down the bottom.
Well, swivel's not it's spelled S-W-I-V-R.
How many times a day?
How many times a day does he swells it? It depends what time he gets in. If he gets in about 12:30, he could get a good 3 in. But I think, you know, I don't really want to talk about.
You've done enough, don't you? Well done, Billy. Big hand of applause.
That is, the effort.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the best thing you've ever done, Carl.
50 Cent in Da Club on XFM 104.9.
We're playing our favourite singles of the year.
Yep.
And, we're looking back over some of our favourite clips of the year.
I'm Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, and Karl Pilkington. Not done a lot. Maybe you should earn your money as you get to Mondays off for this 2 hours of nonsense.
What are you on about? I've done loads of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, same old.
Yeah.
Let's have something new, something fresh.
Well, I've been looking around, right, on the internet for stuff.
On the internet.
Yeah.
Your Bible, where you get all your information about the world and the universe and morality from.
And you know, like, how I always say to you, I don't really read that much of it, I just read the headline.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
Anna Nova have sort of nicked that idea to grab you.
Nicked what idea?
Well, to sort of get to the meat straight away at the top. Do you know what I mean? The headline to the story and everything.
What?
Right, these are
But
stories.
the headlines already existed. That was why you thought that was a good
not
idea?
like this, though.
All right.
Headline. Well, these are all headlines, right? Vibrating shoes could stop elderly falling. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, God.
You don't need...
Vibrating shoes could stop elderly falling.
Yeah, that's the story. You don't need to read on. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Right,
could you
busy.
read one anyway?
Can't be bothered.
Read on anyway.
Well,
Read-
you have a look at that in a bit, right?
Oh,
So,
okay,
it's
so what-
interesting.
This is frustrating radio if you're sitting at home.
No,
well,
but
it's not on. They've turned it off.
If you want to know more, you know where to go. That's what I'm saying. That's what they should do in the news. Get the news done in a
Bong.
minute.
There's a good story about Iraq.
Right.
Bong. Have a- look it up.
Give
Look
us
it
a-
up on the internet. Alan Over.
Give us another bong.
Bong.
Family sick of living on Butthole Road.
Oh, brilliant. Bong.
Man wears same shoes for 60 years.
Oh, bong.
This isn't that good. Some fella pulls a train with his teeth.
And in lighter news,
I love that. Joe McDonald, this one isn't very good.
And the last one, man fails to break clothes pegs on face record. She's always good. Well, that's the one I did read on about.
I love that out of all those. That's the one he went on about. Go on then.
Just,
Why is that news? He fails to make a record. So did I today.
I know, yeah.
I failed the long jump record today.
yeah, didn't even take part.
No, I was rubbish.
but what are the rules on world records and that?
I don't know if there are rules. There are certain things you can't. I mean, it's the Guinness Book of Records, isn't it? Really, that's the arbiter, isn't it?
Yeah, but is there anything, if you said you wanted to do it, would they say, well, you can't do that?
Yeah, they've stopped some gluttony records. Obviously, things that are in danger. So anything that's illegal. Yeah, anything that's immoral.
Yeah, like that American serial killer that just got discovered.
Yeah.
Having killed 47 women. I don't think he can make that into the Guinness Book of Records.
No, because people would be trying to beat it, won't they?
But there was some other story about a fella eating watches and that. That can't be good for you. So why don't they say, look, don't do that, do something else?
He wanted to stay regular.
Do you know
What
what,
do you
I mean,
mean?
though? I just wondered
What
if
do you mean he
there's
was
any-
eating watches?
He just said he was eating watches. He ate about 3 in about a minute.
How did he time it?
Do you know what I mean, though? And then the other thing is the one that I was reading, the world record with the fellow who's pulling a train with his teeth. Does that make any difference that he's done it with his teeth?
What do you mean?
Well, what difference does it make?
Well, isn't it? It's quite hard to pull a train with your teeth, I imagine.
Well, it's pretty hard to pull a train. All I'm saying is it because he couldn't beat the fella who's pulling it with his hands?
Well,
so you tweak
this
it
is
a bit?
my point. I think there was one bloke with a record for the running backwards 100 metres was sort of like 11.5 seconds. And I was thinking, turn around, you'd probably have a really good go at that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sort of like doing a marathon with a milk bottle on your head. Take the milk bottle off and see how fast you can go, you twat.
But you can just tweak it, like the fella who has done the pegs on the face, right?
Yeah.
His name's Gary Stretch Turner, right?
Right.
So he's sort of cheating already if he's got a stretchy head, right? but
You are, right, you are one of the most stupid humans I have ever met.
well, get me in the book. Yeah. Right? Well, listen. So Gary Stretch Turner, right? His record is 153 pegs.
Yeah.
He did it again, and he only got 150 on. So he hasn't broke his own record.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if he tweaked it a bit more, would that make a new record?
What?
Well, if he said, I've got 150 pegs on, but at the same time he's eating a burger.
I see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be the,
Or he said-
world record breaker for pegs and eating burgers at the same time.
Yeah, just change it a bit. If you know you're not going to make it, just do something else.
I'm assuming the rules are set at the beginning, Carl. That's
Yeah.
it. That's where they say, right, you're just going to do the pegs thing. You're not going to introduce burgers halfway through, are you? Definitely not. And
Okay.
then they have a go.
I was on one leg, not interested. How many pegs? 150.
Can I just ask very briefly, I was quite interested by the family had to move because they lived on Butthole Road.
Yeah, I quite like that
Now,
one.
I don't know if I've told you before, Rick, where I used to live. I'm not going to tell you the name of the street that I used to live on, because not on air, because my parents still live there, and I don't want,
Right.
you know. But I'm going to write it for you now. This is the name, the genuine name of the street I used to live on. Now, just imagine when you're at school,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
like in class, for instance, in French, you've got to say you've got to answer where you live.
Yeah.
J'habite, wherever.
Yeah.
That's the name. This is actually the name of the street we lived on.
No, it's
I
not.
swear to God.
That is.
I absolutely right. I could phone my father now and he could confirm that for
Well,
you.
no,
I swear
because he doesn't want
to God. And I tell you that.
What? But listen, do you know what worries me? It's the apostrophe S.
I know.
Because that's blatant.
Yes. Amazing, isn't it?
That is incredible.
imagine how embarrassing
So
that
if
was.
I look that up in the Bristol...
You will find that in the Bristol A to Z. I swear to God.
That is really... Why have you never told me that before?
I can't believe I haven't.
That's
I'm
incredible.
still embarrassed now. Do you know, if whenever I have to phone up, if I have to give that address, I always spell it instantly.
Really?
Like, somehow that'll hide it, that'll disguise the name.
But I can't get over that.
Anyway, if you perhaps live in Tits Avenue,
Yeah.
you know, or...
Wankling Drive.
Wankling Drive, just get in touch. Let us know, we're not really interested.